Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Library of Babel. Today, we will probably go for the Touch of Gears, but first, I want to try something else. Dong Juan the Great One Fixer. He has a very curious mechanic. Taste of Death, plus percent HP missing divided by 10, dice power and guard. At the start of the act, all other characters gain this passive. Very interesting. He also has Endless Grid, which gives him fortitude at the start of each scene, which reduces his max HP lethal threshold and max stagger resist staggering threshold. Which means he can go below 100% missing HP, which will be less, well, it's not less, it's more than 10 dice power from Taste of Death. He also has free minus 50% max HP lethal threshold and gains bonuses from missing HP. He's mostly bleed. Scales of my bleed on me. And yeah. He has some... What is this exactly? He has high resistances on winning clashes. He inflicts more bleed. And increases defensive power and dice guard of pages with one offensive die, which is most of it. He gets dice power of bleed on me and deals bleed damage. He also stacks with anti-recovery and inflicts quite a bit of it. And gains some shield and some protection. Yeah, he's looking very tough. His cards are mostly just bleed, what you would expect. Discourage Innards is very similar to Vanilla. It's extremely painful. I'm going with Malkup, with Jean, and I have Puppet Skeleton for reduced bleed and tremor damage. Obviously, mostly for the reduced bleed damage. And Bloodthirsty, which gives me dice power when I have bleed on me. And Sublimate, which reduces all non-bleed damage based on bleed on me. And reduces some bleed damage and stagger damage. Emergency rations basically for the normal buffs, and unrelenting to try survive. I have no idea how this fight will look, but let's see how this is gonna work. He looks very scary. And I do want to see if this, yeah, Taste of Death. I am not sure if this will work. No, it has no way of winning, basically. We can go for this. Okay, this is all on Clash win. That's... Do I want to let myself get hit then? Oh, that's very bad. Probably not. Nostalgic embrace of the old days. That's the biggest idea here. Why I'm going with Malkup. A tremor, 5 smoke. I can get some bleed on myself. I can't clash with most of these anyway. And I cannot reasonably attack him outside of the... Yeah, I cannot one-side him because of how crazy those evades are. At least for now. If I'm gonna get hit first, I'm gonna get some power. Which maybe will work out. Oh, he won that clash too. We probably do not want display of affection. We can go for fairy scare. And that was kinda dumb actually. Okay, this should be alright. I am curious to see how this will work. Ooh, he's rolling very high. Okay. Ah, these are worthless. Mm-hmm. Other allies. Other allies. I'm still gonna go for satiation. If nothing else, I can just... Oh. Can... Okay. This is also pretty good. This is very good. Yeah, that's plus 12 dice power. Okay. This might win. I'm not sure actually. I'm not actually sure about that though. Okay. It went excellent. 200 stagger damage. Wonderful also. Fallen. Definitely wing beat. Okay, I should be going all in now probably. Yep, that's fine. Loss of senses. He should be staggered after this. He has 34 bleed, I have a less. Okay, hilarious. We can trace of fumes here. Not actually sure. Okay. Right. Game got a lot lower for his HP. Okay. Let's go. I'm not sure if this will be a kill, and if no, then I'm kinda screwed. Okay, it should be a ton of damage though. Oh, it's not close enough. Okay, it's still great. Actually, I'm not really sure. Let's go flash fillet here. Loss of senses. And repress flash. Okay, it is great. Now the malice. Do I bind him? This guy's when hit, I'm gonna get hit a lot. Okay. What ego can I pull up? Forgotten. Oh, hell yeah. Hornet. And Flash Relay here. Should be alright. Yep. Okay, this is kinda rough. Expected this to end by now, but I'm not sure why. Okay, he actually doesn't have any of the light. Appetite. Damn, he actually gets through that. Oh no. Minus 400 damage. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh no. Let's go wing beat. That's 24 anti-recovery, that's so bad. And let's hope for the best here. I cannot outscale this. Not anymore. Yep. How close was it? 54%. Never mind, it wasn't close at all. I would need to deal missing HP damage, that would be great. I do have to ask myself that if hook is actually worth it. It will be like 100% damage later on. At least close to it. Obviously not emergency rations. If anything, I would have to throw out sublimate. Let's just try this again, and hopefully let's not get predation second tier. Getting vines would be great also. Even though no pierce, but I do want to see. Yeah, no pierce would be annoying. It does deal max HP damage though. Let's go again. Ooh. Nostalgic embrace of the old days, that's very easy. Let's try. Never mind, that was awful. Okay. Why does he roll that high already? Okay, that was... I did not expect that. Let's go for ashes. Get him burned too. Okay. Okay. Ouch. Okay, that's also 2 dice power. Forgotten. No card draw. That's quite rough. Just gonna start with the Forgotten. Actually, I could just one-side it with it. Ooh. This actually went very badly. Here. Here. And loss of senses. Should be alright. Do I want Gluttony or Pollen though? It's gonna give me just a bit of damage. And some recovery, but that's not very relevant. One will give me some damage. Damn it. Let's go for Pollen though. Yeah, especially with Hornet. Hopefully this is not a breaking point where I cannot win a clash anymore. Probably not. Shouldn't be close. And it should be somewhat close. No. This one actually would be getting 4 dice power. That's actually amazing. Loss of senses at the end. There we go. Okay, he has... I need to burst his whole HP down. Oh no. Okay, it's actually very close. If I do this, I should win. Probably, maybe. Nope, nope, here. Yes! Okay. Okay. Actually didn't expect that one to win. That last deep breath or something. I don't remember. Don Juan. That's a curious page. This guy is not intending to die. That's very amusing. Lots of dodges too. I also want to see. We did check out Alan. What do you have here? Ujats. Oh dear. Let's see. Sure. Maybe this will be a general reception only video. Inflict protection divided by 4 divided by number of living allies and enemies. Sandstorm to all enemies. At the end of the scene, recover. Since by 5 light and throw pages. Seize the suns. What does Sandstorm do, I wonder? Mirage on page use plus shields divided by number of dice in the page divided by 2 if all is not from Ujat. Final all damage of page. Okay. And gains shield based on damage plus in. At the start of your scene, give Sentry of Horus to lowest HP ally without it, prioritizing staggered allies. Staggered allies? Plus Ujat allies present by 2 rounded up, defensive power and dice guard for the scene. Plus Bomb Sandstorm triggered, minus stagger miss receive all damage. Okay, okay, I see that. I have no idea what Sandstorm is. Haboob. When one-sided engaged, gain 2 protections at the end of each scene unless staggered, recover a lot of max HP and stagger resist. Oh, that's max 5. Never mind. When first hit in the scene, if base roll is 6 plus number of Ujat allies present times 3, negated and inflict Sandstorm. On deflect, trigger Sandstorm. If 3 plus or all allies present are from Ujat at the start of the scene, as the start of the act, on hit, trigger Sandstorm with minus 50% final Sandstorm triggered. When triggered, take X damage and stagger damage. At the end of the scene, trigger. Oh! Oh! That's very scary, actually. Okay. Sandstorm doesn't even show up here. That's bizarre. Okay, we can check out this squad against them, I guess. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's just see. Sentry of Horus. Wait. Oh, it does give to it this. It does give it to everyone then. That's rough. Okay. Let's try focusing on this guy then. This should lose, actually. Which is great. This should be alright. This should recharge. And this should also be alright. No, I don't think there is a reason for this. We can just absorb the impact again. Devastating crash here. And absorb the impact too. You would, however, energy cycle and rewind. No one even attacks you, really. Quite a waste. We can go for hitting at least one more. So we can actually alternate between them. We should flip here too. Okay, I can just lose clashes against this one then. Okay, let's see. Negated, right. Completely negated, that's very bad. That's a very cool effect though, I gotta say. Huh. Free sandstorm. 2 sandstorm, 0 sandstorm. 38 shield! That's this turn, sadly though. Just this turn. Yeah, we're probably going for this. 8 protections, 6 protections. Protection isn't that much, right? I have no idea how they all have emotion levels. But sure, I guess. Wait, what was the negation? I need to check how high it has to roll. 6 plus 20. Okay, it's about 20. And that's how it inflicts Sandstorm. Okay. This is gonna be obscenely over the top then. Yo, buddy. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Never mind. Too slow, Nemo. Come on. Really? Okay, we're gonna go for this guy with 6 resistances then. It's a shame. Uh-huh. This doesn't mean anything. Nothing at all, actually. Oh, this might be a bit rough. With light. I can try going for this. This is +5 for defensive power, actually. I don't think I have +5 power here. Actually, wait, do I not? I have Grace. That's +2. I have +2 for this. Yeah, I think that's it. No new. Yeah, I cannot win this. This guy rolls high. These things roll high. Yeah. This one is reasonable though. Slight shame, however. Okay. Oh yeah, this was in preparation for the Church of Gears. Not very good here. You aren't even getting hit. Come on. That's a bit sad. Actually? No. Very annoying, no idea what to clash against. Actually, you can go for it. Should be alright. This should also win, probably. It's at least +6 dice power and yeah, sure, I don't want to muff it out. Yeah, these are made against smoke teams. Yeah. No way he wins that one. Obviously, I mean, my guy, he has no way to win that. And this probably also will be a loss, hopefully. Yeah, okay, this is for me. This should be the fastest one here. So we go with something sad and pathetic. Then we Uncanny Strike. And then we Absorb Impact, maybe. Yeah, let's see. No way that was negated. That's... I have to be reading something wrong then. That rolled 20, holy! Impressive as hell. Yeah, I really have to depend on abnormality pages here. Protections. 14 protections. Okay. I have no idea how that was negated. I have to check this again. Okay, yeah, sure. That's alright. If base roll is 6 plus project highest number times 3. Base roll has to be 18. It has to be 19 even. That's kinda crazy. Ah, this sucks. This is alright. Oh. That's 5 power for me. But it's only 5 power and all damage. Yeah, this is not really winning against them. With 3 plus on defensives. This should be a pretty easy window. And this should be pretty nice, honestly, to do, at least. You're still not getting hit. Shame on you, honestly. Kinda sad. Here. Yeah, let's just break this guy, I guess. Yeah, we can just do something like this. You have a lot of tremor on you. Not really a lot, but relatively a lot. This gives charge, this loses charge. This doesn't win, no way. What do we want to do here? Probably want to ready up just for that endurance and protection. Sure, buddy, you can have this. Oh, never mind, that's the opposite of what I want. I actually want to win this. Yeah, sure, buddy, you can have this then. This should also be reasonable, though that's too enduring, might be rough, but I'm just assuming. Okay. Sure. Okay. Huh. I'm not sure why the second trip space didn't recycle. Okay, it's like 50-50 to actually do this. Unfortunately, didn't get the emotion level up. Also, Sandstorm starts screwing me over now. You can just... Yeah, we are kinda screwed here, probably. Didn't expect it to be a win, but it's still a bit unfortunate. It does inflict Sandstorm on hits. Annoying. This is... Okay, it should be alright. Next turn though. Yeah, with Grace it should be basically guaranteed. Not actually guaranteed, but basically guaranteed. Unfortunately, this deck still doesn't have the appropriate page draw. 4 bleed up. Oh, this is kinda bad actually. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna lose probably. Actually, I'm gonna lose for sure. That's alright with me. But I do want to at least try this out. Yeah, this is devastating. Devastating. Yep. Yeah, you can do that. The first one is on the flag, that's still bad. But yeah, sure. Can't do much about that. That's a very cool thing. Oh, that's very bad. Huh, I do wonder why it dealt so much damage though. Yeah, why did it deal 42? Because... It's almost certainly something I did read. He procced the emergency resuscitation. Yes. Yeah, sure, let's just go for that. I also would like to see how this looks like. Purely out of curiosity. You have 10 charge. You can overcharge. We can just go all in on you, yeah. Oh, that's not the greatest charge. You have 30 shield. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you scale targets missing HP. This should be a ton of damage. $18 charge? Yeah, sure. Yep, this is kinda accepted loss anyway. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's unexpected. I guess it is purely... Okay, these were crazy rolls though. Okay, what do you have here? Okay, it's... It's pretty much as expected, I would say. Mass attacks, dice seal. It's very nice though. That's a lot of burn. Not the best for actually... oh, wait. I do want to check this. Ujat allies present. This probably means they have to be alive, right? Hopefully. Otherwise, this is gonna be very rough. Eight load. That's a big load. You have 5 enduring, okay. Sure, overcharge there. These guys start basically every die with a block. Huh. Yeah, we're just kind of doing whatever. Okay. That's reasonable. There we go. Mass attacks do actually proc the attack immunity. Whatever that name was. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that is kind of what I expected by this point. Damaging ailment. I never noticed this. That's... Okay, that's very silly of me. Solemn lament. Lament. Harmony should be like crazy strong. Alright. Target's missing stagger resist. Looting bullets. But I don't have stuff to deal with that. Yeah, you guys can attack him. This is acceptable. Yeah, we can just do something like this. You have full stagger resist basically. Yeah, we can accept this. Sure, here. The bullet is indeed silent. The bullet's indeed bullet. Death. No! Wasn't enough power. Okay. Okay. Yep. Was very unprepared, didn't expect much. But it was a nice checkout. Now I'm gonna properly prep up for the guys. Church of Gears. In a moment. And we're in. Okay. The plan is pretty similar to what you already saw with Bujat, at least here. But now we actually are prepared for it with flesh fillet and smoke on everyone here. Basically everyone. Yeah, poofy broom on people. So I actually benefit from the smoke of smiling faces. Of Church of Gears stuff they inflict on me. Our second plan is Malkuth with the very questionable burn and wedge office. This is extremely outdated, but might be alright. The final idea is Hod with She, Donghuan the Grade 1 Fixer, which I will put on Hod. Damn, she looks good. And yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna go with it. I do think these guys can win the first round by themselves. And if that's the case, then obviously everything else depends on how Argalia fights. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Obviously each one of them starts with vapor. Very annoying. At least absorb impact is very good here. Okay, with this. We could do something like this here. Oh, that's... What does this inflict exactly? It might be doable. I do have to recheck what Nemo has. Mostly just Tremor and this. Okay. This happens for sure. This is just great move. Same here, obviously. Uncanny Strike for sure. Here. And we can go with something like Energy Shield. Nemo obviously benefits from having lots of charge. So we can simply lose here. And do something like this. We await the next turn. And we rewind somewhere like here. Yeah, not expecting a win here, but it should be alright. This is quite rough, unfortunately. This is annoying, but we can absorb impact. And we can Devastating Thrash here. Ooh. This will be very nice to thrash. Yep. This is questionable. I doubt it's gonna... No, actually, this seems pretty good. We can just go for an Energy Shield here, though. Spend again. Ooh, this is obviously great. If it wins. Yeah, this is so good. Okay. Sure. Oh wow, that's so much tremor. Okay. You should probably just overcharge. And probably just leap. You're just gonna skip a turn. There we go. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Wonderful. That's a ton of bleed, wow. Not the best. Martina has stained. Ooh. What do we do here then? Damn, this guy has haste, that's annoying. A proper energy beam could just stagger someone again here. Okay, who here has transcripts? No one, right? No, I replaced it. Power reroute. Fluffy broom, liquefied flash. Okay. Are you guys sure you don't have prescripts? Come on. Blind faith. Probably on the worst unit to have it though. Free rapture is not that great. Could go for something like this though. And then Dimensional Rift here. Like, this is definitely happening. Actually, there's so many takers for him. Although, no. This taint is very annoying. Okay, that's a stagger, guaranteed. This is certainly a win. And not enough for prescripts. That's alright. Okay. We can go something like this. And then overcharge. And then energy conversion. This goes here. This can go here. Doesn't scale of taint. Great. Okay. And that's a stagger. This one. Let's go for a rewind here. And overcharge here. Yep. Wonderful. Easy stagger. Okay. This is going way better than I expected, honestly. Holy. That's a lot of taint though. I think? No, actually not that much. Mostly on Martina because, well, she staggers them. Well, no point in not going in for another hit. This is certainly this is guaranteed a stagger. How much smoke do we have? 3. Yeah, that's fine. You can go for this and for Uncanny Strike here. And I don't think we're gonna need another Uncanny Strike. So this should be alright. And these guys are gone. Straight up. this should be devastating. Do you on Clash win draw pages? That's annoying. Although you can just do this in case he dies, Martina is gonna actually redirect those. Here, ready up, energy conversion. You, what are you even gonna do? Well, we want this guy there. Dimensional rift. That's what I wanted. And leap, just to check it out. This is energy cycle, so we can actually go all in on this guy. Sure, flash fillet, and then devastating crash. Oh, so close. Martina just went all in on gaining taint, unfortunately. Okay, that's alright. That's so much. Okay. Okay, metallic ringing for Nemo. Six bleed up. Wait, what? Okay, that's on stagger gain. On kill, if on kill. Why do they all have so much smoke now, my guys? Okay. On definitely smoke to all the characters. Okay, that's why. Well, this should be alright. Uncanny strike. Energy shield. And absorb impact here. Energy beam here. Energy cycle. And these. Didn't expect that to stagger actually. Okay. A bit went a bit overboard. Okay, this is the same. Argalia, 6300 HP, 2000 stagger. Oh dear, shimmering. Resonance. His tremor. Okay. Before pages, if target speed last digit is target's tremor by 10 and vibration. Less than that, gain resonance. At the start of each scene, inflict scene number divided by 2. rounded up vibration to all enemies. On pages, hit or inflict 1 vibration next scene. Oh. Okay, vibration and everything convert into X. I actually don't know what the word for this is. Well, it's more it scales up a lot. Convert into a lot of tremor next scene. Max vibration 9, unique tremor. Resonance plus target's vibration, roll value and dice guard. On hit or deflect, burst tremor. After page use, lose resonance. Oh dear. Reverberation, scouting. Plus number of the allies speed dice minus. Enemy's vibration times 2. Received all damage and stagger damage. After inflicting tremor, if target's tremor is not converted into tremor reverberation. When ranged hit, if attack has tremor, reverberation negated. So it's not actually always active, that's nice. On hit or deflect, deal target's tremor times 2 if owner has resonance %. Target's max stagger resist tremor stagger damage. Are you serious? Tremor reverberation plus number of damaging elements times 10% on his final tremors burst when deflected. Yep. Burst tremor to take X staggered damage. Trigger another high stack base damaging element and lose tremor. Pages are weakened at the end of the scene if no other characters are present at 75. Okay. It should be fine when we switch floors though. Unless these guys have something crazy up. What does he even do? Protection, shield. Inflict power, nullify. Huh. Gain shield. Massive rolls. Holy. Price of blue. Sure. Resonance plus 10 roll value. And plus ridiculous damage. On hit inflict tremor. Okay. How high does this roll? Okay. Yeah, no. Tempestus Danza. That's screwed up. Inflict 16 tremor. And burst it twice. Okay. What? Yeah, sure, buddy. Why does he start with sticks? With 4 dice? Sure. Why do they drop 8 pages at the start? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stagger him though. Okay. This is unused, this is protection. Can't really do anything about that. I'm not really sure if I want to start off with actually attacking him. Or well, not attacking him. Martina is kinda screwed because she has paint on self. A lot of it. Does this count as target smoke? If it's unique smoke, I'm not sure. Oh. Actually, they don't inflict tremor, so at least that's nice. Here, here, here. Has +2 dice power too. I'm not winning these early clashes. That much is certain. Okay, but I can just go all in on some of these. I do wonder if I should even clash against him at all. Well, I know he's not doing anything this turn. No point. Here, here, here. We go with that. We can go with this. Even though I'm wasting the vulnerability of this guy. Can go on Canny Strike here. Can go here. And I suppose just energy shield here. Yeah, let's go something like this. Ooh, very unfortunate. Rough. Yep, that's a stagger. Out. Okay. Now then, do I recharge? Probably. Ooh. Tremor reverb. Tremor reverb, tremor reverb. Okay. That does so much damage. Wait, what was that? Okay, right. Recharge. Really? Oh, that's fucked up. On deflect resonance, trigger targets base damaging ailments. That's a ridiculous multiplier. What was it again exactly? Number target damaging ailments. Okay, okay. So it will be mostly worthless after Argaia is down. Now, what do I do with this? I'll probably just kill this guy. Will I even get rid of this tremor? I would like to, but I'm not really sure. I'm not even sure if this will outroll him. It's better. But on this one though. On this one, because first we have to overcharge. And how does anyone have power nullify? Not this turn, okay. Okay, this is first action. This should be a kill. This should be a... This is a stagger, okay. Spend voltage, this does nothing, so we can go for energy conversion. Ooh, his Pada is way too slow to deal with most of these. Unfortunately, Nemo is bleeding a lot. Stagger, okay. Kill. Should win, I think. +2 to rolls, +3. And just in case... He doesn't really have any power then. So we can use energy cycle and energy conversion later. This is very rough. At least he oh, that's 40 bleed. At least he has 12 dagger protection. Here? Actually, yeah, this one, sure. What do you even do here? Try just skip this turn. Yeah, let's go. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay, it didn't kill though. Okay, that was hilarious. It's looking very bad though. I have to make sure what resonances again. Speed last digit is target's tremor divided by 10 and drive vibration. Okay. Tremor divided by 10 and vibration. Vibration this turn. Yeah, okay, it's 2. So it has to be slower than 3 for resonance. Otherwise it shouldn't actually happen. I have made... This is still fucked up though, because I have no way to deal with this one. I have no way to deal with either of these. So you're gonna have to deal with this. Huh. On Clash lose, if the roll value isn't big enough, he just ignores the effect of dice. Wow. That's actually really funny. Too bad it completely screws me over. Okay, but we can just sacrifice him. This is a big roll. And these guys also remain for now. That's a big issue also. I'm just really scared of this. Probably just energy shield here though. It's a massive amount of tremor. But it's not gonna be that bad anyway. I can do this. I'm not sure if this is gonna stagger, but maybe? If not, then Uncanny Strike should. Oh, that's very rough too. Absorb Impact and Energy Conversion just in case. Okay. Okay. Whoa, that was way stronger than I expected. This too, actually. 300 stagger damage. Okay. Okay, that was pretty big. Oh. Oh, that was bad. How much? Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, he does inflict vibration. Huh. I don't know, that's kind of surprising somehow. I feel like I skipped a bit. We can offset this impact though. We can flash fillet here and devastating crush too. Well, at least this guy's gonna take a beating. Martina is gone though. Like, yeah, there's no way. Overcharge. Leap. Energy cycle. Oh no. Okay. That was 500 damage. Okay, Lament should be at least good here. $0.70 smoke. Yeah, there is nothing to do with this. She's just gonna instantly explode on getting struck by this die. So I'm just gonna try to kill this guy. And yeah. Goodbye to floor number 1. That was massive, holy. Yeah, that was 500 damage too. Okay, I am really not sure how to proceed. These guys are not built for this fight, wow. More the odds of this actually winning. That's +2 power. This is damage right here. +2 power. +1 power. Okay, he actually has pretty high chances of winning this one. Not gonna say anything about anything else though. Right. That's pretty bad. Eight speed. Can he even dodge this? Well, I know he's winning this. Only use resonance inflict 15 tremor. I admit I did not read this one. I don't think I could have done anything about it, however. Yes, yes. Let's see. Never mind. Wow. Ah, what? Resonance recycle. Okay. Why are you so slow, actually? Yeah, you're gone. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Just... Yep. Okay. What are we even doing here? Do I want Fairy Scare or Ashes? Probably just Ashes, right? They're both unstaggered. Forgotten. Oh, you can't use ego pages? No. Never mind. I was down. Cool. That's gonna be resonance. Plus 10 roll value. It's over. I didn't even kill this guy. That's alright. Damn it! Why did he stagger though? 100 damage. Damn it. Okay, okay, only Argalia left. Only need to deal like 1,000 damage to him. Fuck. Whoa! Okay, okay. Okay, I couldn't have known that. Well, I suppose I'm fucked by default here. Yeah, let me just clash with 14 to 16 guard. That's just unserious. Does this even... Yes, let's see. You're dead, buddy, sorry. Nothing to be done. Everyone staggered instantly. Wow. Oh, not this guy. Somehow. And he does it every time. Okay, okay, I just got screwed up by effectively random chance. Couldn't have possibly known that. Yep. Yeah, this is... Are you serious? Every single one is dissonance? Sure, sure, buddy. Well, damn, that was annoying. Well, almost. Actually, almost. Come on. He has 100 bleed. No. It's actually so close. No. Yes. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my god. I am so good at this game. Holy. Wow. I don't think I'm ever gonna use these pages. Just to make sure. It has to be using these pages too. Yep, based on taint. And nothing else actually works of taint other than their their cards. This is actually really funny, but and there's only 4 pages. It's just really not that good. I'd have to say. I need to see this. Bina. They show a degraded birdcage. Okay. Plus 2 dice fair, plus 50% all damage. Ali. Plus 2 speed dice and plus 8 max sly. Plus 3 times 2 if you go manifested. Bleed through pages, dice power and guard. Okay, so starting off, she has plus 5 dice power. Okay. Red Mist Ego thresholds persist through acts. Not sure what that means. The set of the scene. Gain an abnormality page for the scene. Hello, shell, goodbye. After page use, lose stack divided by 2 stack of the highest roll ailment. Huh. At the start of first 5 scenes, gain 1 speed dice and 4 max light. Draw 1 page and restore 4 light. At the end of the scene, restore 2 light and draw 2 pages. At the start of first 5 scenes, does she just run out of power then later on? Not that it seems possible to do that, but... Last number of enemies present, max mimicry. Minus 100% mimicry lost on trigger and minus 50% mimicry lost on decay. At the start of your scene, gain numbers of enemies present divided by 2 mimicry. On hit, gain mimicry times 10 max HP. And mimicry times 5 stagger resist. Recover this much HP on stagger resist. On act, win recover mimicry times 2% max HP. Okay, so she gains permanent HP and stagger resist. Huh. At the start of the scene, at less than 60%, once per reception, manifest ego. HP can't be reduced, yep. If ego was manifested this reception, manifest ego on second scene. After losing ego, remanifested in 2 scenes. After manifesting ego, recover some stagger resist, okay. Raise emotion level to 4 and add greater split horizontal to hand for the next scene. Reduce its cost by 2. Instead of every other scene, add a greater split vertical to hand for the next scene. Reduce its cost by 2. While manifesting ego resistance against non-slash, non-pierce, non-blunt damage type are small. Alice prowess. Oh, that was all just the boss thing. Okay. Alice prowess untransferable. +1 speed and light. +1 dice power and all damage at the speed advantage. Plus haste red mist ego dice power. Okay, on page use plus haste. Final damage. Okay. Start with 1 mimicry at the start of each scene, gain emotion level haste and haste divided by 2 shields. Minus 30% haste loss on decay. Okay, that's crazy. Charge to protect. Minus 100. Minus number of other living allies present. Minus 25%. Received all damage and stagger damage. On attack from ally +2. Damage if they are staggered. Dice bar and guard of the page. Recover stagger resist and gain 1 haste next scene. That's extremely strong. Wow. After an ally's hit, consume stagger resist to give shield. When ally stagger, consume stagger resist to give 5 shield for those scenes. At the end of each scene, recover number of other living allies that took no damage. The scene is 5% max stagger resist. Okay. If no other allies are present, +1 speed dice and max light. Okay. Mimicry. Plus mimicry dice guard and clash loser draw die gains roll value for the rest of the act. Okay. At the end of the scene, recover mimicry times 5% HP on stagger resist all damage taken this scene. On stagger, gain mimicry on kill or once per ally per reception on ally death. If target has 100. On kill or once per ally per reception on ally death. If target has 100 plus max HP, recover mimicry % max HP and stagger resist. Gain mimicry. Targets faction ownership and targets. Whoa, and one target's least rare, lowest cost transferable non-special passive price integrated passives that owner has the list of for the rest of reception. Whoa! Half of red mist pages thresholds persist through acts. The strongest. At the start of 15, 1 plus hasten by divide by 5 speed dice with low speed gain some speed and become infinite. Plus haste times 2. Final damage and dice bar and all damage of infinite speed dice. Infinite speed dice forces speed based redirection. It's not actually infinite speed. Okay. I did expect something like this. Yeah. Oh. On combat start, gain A / counter die. Okay. Let's continue. Upstanding slash, threshold. Okay, I'm assuming the thresholds are basically little quests that you have to do. So here's threshold for damage dealt. If she deals 200 damage, she achieves threshold for 200, which is +4 roll value and +4 second dice roll value. Secondary dice gain a lot of damage. On 400 threshold, she gains on clash win. Destroy target's next die. Oh my god! After attack 20 plus damage dealt, draw 1 page and reduce cost of all other outstanding slashes by 1. Screwed up. Okay, this has threshold that gains yet another die at the end. Okay. Levels and okay. After attack this is the same. This has threshold for gain mimicry. And gains a counter die. Focus Spirit. He has some hits, okay. Ooh, and I do wonder if the cards have shared thresholds. But this seems so crazy. On kill threshold. Gain evade dice. Threshold gain on use draw 2 pages. Sure. On kill or stagger a use on lowest HP enemy. Okay. When plus targets bleed times 2 final damage. Wow, this will be so good on the HOTS floor. Can't wait to do that. Manifest Ego. Restore 6 light and gain 1 mimicry. At the start of next scene, Manifest Ego. And if staggered, fully recover from stagger. Okay. Mimicry plus X, targets HP or stagger resist final damage and stagger damage. Minus some amount of damage. On hit lose mimicry, when melee hit lose mimicry. Okay. Okay. Threshold. On 1 to 3 uses. On 1. At 20% target stagger resist, stagger target. And plus 5 roll value. Ridiculous. On 2 threshold, roll value and on hit, execute target at low HP. On third use, this rolls 60 at least. Wow. Okay. 36 to 40 rolling. Great Spirit horizontal. On first use it gains. On hit inflict 24 bleed for 4 scenes. On second this gains plus enemies bleed divided by 10 max 30 dice power. On free on the primary target kill recycle. This seems really funny. This seems like hell. Okay, let's quickly check Pina. Half power effectiveness. On hit inflict 1 fairy potency, on deflect inflict 1 fairy, and fairy potency and trigger targets fairy. Under start of scene gain shield or stagger shield, or shield if stagger. Ascent shield or stagger shield, or shield if stagger and draw until 5 pages in hand. I'm not sure I get it. Okay, it's just what you have lower, I'm pretty sure, and then shield if staggered. When emotion level rises to max, fully recover from stagger, gain Arbiter Awakens, and inflict fairy and fairy potency to all other characters. Next scene. On character death, recover missing stagger resist and inflict fairy and fairy potency to all other characters. Next scene. Unaffected by staggered resistance. While staggered, 1.5 all resistances when hit, inflict 1 fairy and trigger target's fairy. Reduce protection loss on DK. Potency fairy. Plus fairy damage at the start of scene, lose potency. When staggered, take fairy damage. Arbiter Awakens. Plus final damage, plus roll value, dice guard and fairy through pages. Minus all resistances, plus max HP and stagger resist, plus 1 speed dice, 3 max slide, gain new arbiter pages on character death, gain 1 arbiter awakens. Okay. Max 5 arbiter awakens, persist between acts. The Well, Eternal Darkness. Minus target's roll value on clash lose once per page, inflict 1 power, nullify, paralysis and damage downs. On the start of each scene, inflict, power, nullify, paralysis and damage down to other characters if ally gain paralysis inflicted shields. Aha. Can target allies. On ally kill, recover stagger resist and inflict 3 power, nullify, paralysis and damage down to other characters. On character death or stagger, 1 speed dice and 2 max light for next scene, restore to light. On death, inflict stuff. The bucket. Plus minus 1 Fleur ego cost at emotion level 5. Gain a Fleur ego page starting from team's emotion level 1. Thus, wow. At the start of each scene, gain number of ready Fleur ego pages, protections, and give other allies with an abnormality page 2 protections and shields. Minus received all status elements and stagger damage based on allies with abnormality pages. On ally death, take their abnormality pages. Wonderful. On command start, gain block counter die. Fairy. Okay. A lot here. Degraded chain, okay. Degraded pillar. Huh. Yep. Degraded lock. Inflict 2 lock. Ah. Minus 0 cost page roll value plus 1 plus cost page cost scene for the scene. That's hilarious. Okay. I am just gonna check out how this looks in combat, and then I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do abnormalities next time. Whoa, Gebra, come on. Oh, that's 10 speed. Wow, that's a lot of light. Hello? Oh, that's a spoiler. Okay, sure. Plus final stagger damage. Oh, the first die hit in a scene and no hit die gains roll value. Gain mimicry and recover some stuff. I wonder if this also scales with my library level. Let's see. Degraded birdcage. Ooh. Target's die can't recycle. On hit, inflict by fairy potency, trigger target's fairy, and consume all of target's fairy potency. Gain 3 plus number of allies with an abnormality page, and give 1 plus number of allies with, yeah, protection. Inflict fairy. Okay. Can you even deal with this? How high does your... She has plus 10 power actually. No way Bina can deal with this. But she doesn't take much damage at all. This is purely for curiosity. Okay. Yeah, that's... Cool, cool, cool. Okay, this is... Max 9 mimicry. Okay. $35 bleed, that's not great. That's a lot of light though, and a lot of dice. Huh. She has 700 shield. Two shield negates 100 damage for her. Okay, this... That's a hilarious visual. Okay, just go. Okay. I'm really curious to see how this will be done. But yeah, probably will need this. For now, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching and see you next time. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Bye.